Now next kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista. Protists are the Protista are unicellular eukaryotic. These are unicellular eukaryotes. Unicellular eukaryotes means they have a well-defined nucleus, second important features of the Monera, one is nutrition. Both autotrophic and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic nutrition, how they take the nourishment, both autotrophic and heterotrophic. And one important feature of this group is they links with plants, animals and fungi. They links with plants, animals and fungi. Fourth important features, reproduction. Reproduction may be a sexual, asexual or combination of both. Reproduction asexual, sexual or combination of both. Or one word, that they may have the sexual as well as sexual as well as asexual, both mode of reproduction is found in them. So kingdom Monera has divided into 5 main groups. They divided into 5 main groups. They divide into 5 groups. What are these groups? One is chrysophytes, One is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates. Next one is dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, slime molds, and next one this is very important, protozoans. Next one is protozoans. These are the groups of protista. One is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. These are the groups of protista. So we have to discuss one by one. So first one is the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes. Chrysophytes includes diatoms, this is diatoms and desmids. Golden algae. Golden algae and diatoms. Where they are found? They are found in fresh water. They are found in both fresh water or marine water. Marine water. These are microscopic. And this cell wall have a peculiar feature. This cell wall is made up of, or cell wall consists of, this is very important thing, cell wall consists of two cells. Both the cell wall consists of two cells which fit together as soap boxes boxes overlap. So the cell wall consists of two cells which fit together like soap box or as soap box, as one soap box is here and other soap box is here. So in this way they fit in a such way as two soap box are fit together. And very important feature, the cell wall consists of silica. Very important thing is there. Cell wall consists of cell wall having silica. Cell wall having silica. So when these chrysophytes or when these organisms die, they leave silica in their atmosphere and they form silicaceous earth or silicaceous rocks. They form silicaceous since these are produced by diatom, so known as the diatomaceous earth. They form diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth, and this diatomaceous earth, what is the use of this diatomaceous earth? This diatomaceous earth is used as are used in polishing these earth. Diatomaceous earth used in polishing and filtration This is used in polishing, filtration of oil and soups. So this cell wall having cell wall impregnated with silica. So since the cell wall contain the silica, so when they die, they leave the silica in the surrounding or in the atmosphere, and which ultimately forms diatomaceous rock. This diatomaceous rock or diatomaceous earth is used since this diatomaceous earth is used in polishing, filtration of oils and soap. So these are the use of the diatomaceous earth. So they makes major producer of the sea. They produce, they provide, they make major producer of sea, or you know that these are eaten by the zooplanktons. These are the major producers, and they are eaten by the other animals. They are eaten by the animals, mainly by the zooplanktons and other organisms. So this is about the chrysophytes. Important feature is there. They are the include the diatoms and the decimates, and there have the cell wall consists of the two cells. That is why name given as the diatoms, and they contains silica, and these silica gradually deposited into the bottom of the water body as they die, and in due course of the time our diatomaceous earth is produced, and this diatomaceous earth is used for the filtration of oil and soaps. So that's all. Next one is we have to study dinoflagellates. Chrysophytes, next dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates they are mostly marine and autotrophic. Mostly marine and photosynthetic. Marine and photosynthesis, they contains or they appear they appear as red, black, yellow, brown, etc. in colors due to presence of various types of pigments. So these are produced in various forms as red, black, yellow, not black, red, brown, sorry, red, brown, red, brown, yellow, and green. It is better to write green, etc. etc. in colors due to presence of various type of the pigments. And name is given a dinoflagellate. They contains two types of the flagella. They contains two types of flagella. That is why name given a dinoflagellate as one is longitudinally and other transversely. One lies transversely while other longitudinally. Two type flagella are there, one transversely and other is longitudinally. Sometimes or sometimes red dinoflagellates, red dinoflagellate undergo rapid division. Very fast they divide to produce a large number of red dinoflagellate. As a result, they makes the sea appear as red, and this is called as the red tide. It's called as the red tide. Red tide. They also produce toxin that is harmful to other organisms. So one important thing is there, red tide, the dinoflagellates, red dinoflagellates divide very rapidly. So water body or the sea water appears as red, and it is called as the red tide. This is the important feature of these animals that have the dinoflagellates. And next on the euglenoid. Next one is euglenoid. Euglenoids. They are found in fresh water. These are found in fresh water. For their the movement, they having the two flagella. Locomotion takes place with the help of flagella. They have two flagella, so that meant for the locomotion. and their important feature is there. They may be called as the connecting link between the plants and the animal, since it contains the chlorophyll. That is why it is the feature of the plant. And other feature, it does not have cell wall, the feature of the animal, so it works a connecting link between the plants and the animal. And other important feature, part of nutrition. In presence of sunlight, it makes food itself, and it is autotrophic. While in absence of the sunlight, it engulf the pathogens, it engulf the other organism. Means it is parasites, it is heterotrophic. In presence of light, it is heterotrophic in nature, but in absence of light, it is heterotrophic in nature and engulf other microscopic organisms. Reproduction is both asexual as well. Mainly, that is the very common method of the reproduction, that is the by the fission. Reproduction very common, transverse longitudinally, etc., etc. So it includes euglena. It includes euglena. It includes euglena, as name given as the euglenoids. Now next one is that is slime molds. Next one, slime molds. Slime molds. These are saprophytes. Saprophytic in nature. Slime molds are saprophytic in nature. They found on the rotting leaves, plant logs, under suitable conditions, the forms aggregate or form aggregation, that is called as the plasmodium. Their important feature is their vegetative phase. Their vegetative phase have no cell wall. It is just like the animal feature of the animals. It engulfs the organic substances, and it's in the reproductive phase. It spores having true cellulose. So this is the important feature of the slime molds. In the vegetative phases, the vegetative phase having no cellulose, while in the reproductive phase, that having the spores and they having the cell wall. Now next one is the protozoans. Next one, protozoans. Protozoans. Protozoans, they are heterotrophic they are heterotrophic in nature and they causes the diseases. They are the and locomotion takes place in different ways and they are divided into different categories. One is as amoeboid protozoans. First one, amoeboid protozoans. Next one is flagellated protozoans, and next after flagellated, ciliated protozoan, and then next and last is the sporozoans. So as amoeboid protozoan, their locomotion takes place with the help of the pseudopodia. Locomotion takes place in amoeboid protozoan with the help of the pseudopodia. As example is amoeba. Now also having the amoeba and the ant amoeba. Ant amoeba included in amoeboid protozoans. Next one is the flagellated protozoans. Locomotion takes place with the help of flagella. They may be of the free living as well as parasite. Example is trypanosoma. And next one, ciliated protozoa. Locomotion takes place with the help of the cilia, and as example is they having the paramecium. And next one is sporozoans. They causes diseases, and you know the example of the malaria parasite as plasmodium, this included inside the sporozoa, and they having they causing the diseases. And so that's all. Thank you. That's for today.